My name is Brittany, and if you love the paranormal or anything scary as then you love me. So, if you've been watching me for a long time, years, you know about paranormal games, paranormal rituals, whether you've played them or not, or whether you've just, watched me play them. But are these paranormal games real? Can a spirit really come through? So whether you're playing Bloody Mary, Baby Blue, Candyman, Three Kings, Hide and Seek Alone, the elevator game, I can go on and on. There's so many rituals out there, but do they really work? Well, I've tested out majority of these games. I have a playlist, but right now I want to share with you real stories of real people playing these games, testing them out, specifically Bloody Mary. I know, right? Now, I'm pretty sure that after you hear about these experiences, that you'll think twice about saying Bloody Mary to a mirror. I played the Bloody Mary game twice. I looked into the mirror in my living room. I turned around 3 times while saying, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. At first, I was a little scared that she would show up. I looked deeper into the mirror and I checked all corners to see if I could see the ghost. Nothing was there. So I went into the bathroom, turned off the lights, and closed the door. My friend followed me and stood outside. She said, I don't think you should be doing this. What if it's real? So I did it. I stared into the mirror. Nothing. I stared in all corners. Then right as I was about to turn on the light switch, I caught a glimpse of someone. I looked closer. It was black and white, and her mouth was wide open. I expected to hear a scream, but there was dead silence. There was black all around her eyes, and she was a clear image. Her arms lifted up, and her hands were bright red. A few of her nails were gone, and some were just about to be peeled off. I screamed bloody murder, turned on the light switch, and ran out the door. I was 9 when me and my friends tried doing Bloody Mary at my house one weekend. There were 5 of us, and we carried my mom's candles in the upstairs bathroom, and all 5 of us were chanting Bloody Mary. We saw an old woman with cuts on her face and chains around her neck and shoulders. Then the shower curtain went up in flames, and we ran out of the bathroom. I've always thought about it, and I know that we saw Bloody Mary, but I've never been tempted to do it ever again. My friend had a slumber party, and they dared her to play Bloody Mary. For about 15 minutes, nothing happened. We heard her scream, and she tried to get out of the bathroom. The door was stuck, but it didn't have a lock. When we got her out, she was crying and whimpering like a madman. We asked her what happened. She showed us her arms, and there were scars. These scars had never been there before. Tons of them, like 20 scars. A few days later, they disappeared. She won't tell us what happened or what she saw when we asked her about it. It all happened on Friday the 13th, 2007. Me and my friends all tried to summon Bloody Mary. We sat in a circle with our knees touching, then said, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Please, may we speak to Bloody Mary. We then flipped a coin. Heads equals yes, tails equals no. We asked her if she could show us a sign that she's here. She said no. We asked 2 more times, and then she said yes. We were playing a CD at the time, and it went all jumpy. We then started feeling dizzy and faint, and our vision went funny. We were getting scared at this point. We felt long fingernails brushing rough on our back and faces. The taps turned on by themselves. From that day onwards, I have always felt someone behind me. Now, with these Bloody Mary encounters, I think it's really creepy. I believe it, of course, because I've also had an experience with Bloody Mary. The very first time that I've ever played the game. Now, I made a video about my experience like 5 years ago. If you want to watch the original video, then definitely check it out. But in this video, I will sum it up. So basically, when I was like 6 or 7 years old, I think I was 7, I was across the street at my neighbor's house, and I was friends with, you know, all the neighborhood kids. Now, the kids that lived at this house across the street were more friends of my older brother, but I went anyways because it was like right across the street. So anyways, we were all in this group sitting in the garage, and one of the boys said to me, "Have you ever heard of Bloody Mary? Have you ever tried to summon her or whatever?" And I was like, "No, what's Bloody Mary?" This is the first time I ever heard about Bloody Mary. And he was telling me the rules, and I was really scared. Really scared. Anyways, when I got home that night, I waited till my entire family fell asleep because I wanted to go in the bathroom and try it out for myself. Even though I was terrified, I was 6 or 7 years old, but I wanted to do it. So I waited till everyone fell asleep. I went to the main floor bathroom, and I shut the door in the dark. I had no candles or anything. And I said Bloody Mary. I did what I was supposed to do. I did what the kid across the street told me to do. Now keep in mind, it is the first time, the very first time, that I ever played Bloody Mary. And I swear to you, I saw a face in the mirror. Was it my face? It could have been. You know, and this is another thing with me. When I am experiencing something, I could be experiencing something paranormal, I always take a few steps back and I'm like, wait, no, that's not paranormal. It has to be this. I think of some logical explanation, which I think anyone in the paranormal should do, you know, at any moment when they think something is happening. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I think it's healthy to be that way and not think that everything is paranormal. But I've been that way my entire life. I've experienced some of the craziest shit, but it's almost like it's not enough. And it's almost like I don't believe it, but there's no explanation. If you watched my Chillingham Castle video, which was an hour long, to this day, I still cannot wrap my mind around that Chillingham Castle experience. But getting back to Bloody Mary, when I was 6 or 7, I saw a face in the mirror. It could have been my face, you know, when you look at yourself when it's dark and you start seeing your reflection and it's deformed, you know what I mean? But this face to me looked like a character that I'm absolutely obsessed with when I was a kid and still am today. I gotta be her for Halloween. Hexadecimal from the TV show Reboot. Still to this day, when I think of Bloody Mary, all I see in my head is hexadecimal. I'm probably inserting pictures. That is who I saw in the mirror. Not exactly like the character. It's not like hexadecimal was there. Her face just looked like hexadecimal to me. Now I was a child. Was I just imagining things because I was scared? Terrified. But I can see it in my head right now as I'm telling you guys. I don't know what that was. Now I was a kid, like I keep saying. Kids are more open to this, right? I had a lot of experiences when I was a kid. Could this been something else, like some demon or something? I don't know. But I did see a face. And like I said, if you want to watch the original video to hear more of the details, then I will leave it above. I posted that like 5 years ago. It's pretty old. And now you guys know how many times I've played Bloody Mary. Oh my dear Lord. I play Bloody Mary off camera. I just do it for fun. Now a lot of people will be like, oh my God, but isn't this whole video like, don't do it? I'm not in charge. I can't tell you what you can and can't do, but I am just putting it out there, you know, anything in the paranormal. I know that I'm like the funnest paranormal channel out there. We have a blast over here, you know, we're crazy together, we're bright and colorful, and we just live and just, you know, have the best time ever together, and I freaking love that. But I also do take it seriously. As much as you see me having fun and just, you know, it is fun, it's my passion, I absolutely love it, but I do take it seriously as well. And I just feel anytime you are calling anything in, something could come in. I can't tell you if it will or not. You don't know. You don't know who's listening. You really don't. You know, and I believe, well, I don't just believe, everyone has different experiences. You know, everyone in your life has had, majority of people in your life have probably had a paranormal experience, but it varies from person to person. I think it all depends on your beliefs and just, you know, how open you are to it. If you're a believer or a non-believer, what intentions are you putting out there when you're calling something in? Like, is it good? Is it bad? You know, there's so many factors. So the next time you're staring at yourself in the mirror late at night, You might want to think twice before you say Bloody Mary, Baby Blue, or whoever you want to summon. Because shit could go down. Nobody knows for sure. Sweet dreams.